Hi, this is the presentation for the artifact box for the Indus River Valley Civilization from India. The first items in my box are a series of maps. The first map shows the general geographic location of the Indus River Valley Civilization. The civilization was located in modern-day Western India and Pakistan, located between the Himalayan mountains and the Arabian Sea, and situated on the Indus River. The Indus River provided water and a source of transportation and trade for the people, and the Himalayan mountains served as an element of protection for the people living there. The second map I have shows both ancient cities and modern-day cities. This allows you to make comparisons between where this civilization was located in relation to what cities we know to be there today. The third map I have shows trade routes for the people of the Indus River Valley Civilization. They traded with people in Afghanistan, Persia, northern India, and Mesopotamia. A potential teaching activity for the series of maps would be first to allow students to discuss the pros and cons of living in this region, thinking about things like living near a mountain range, what would be the positives and disadvantages, the climate and how that may have affected the people, as well as the Indus River itself. They also could use the second map to compare modern-day cities with ancient cities. Do people choose to settle in the same types of locations? And the third map, I would first ask students to predict trade routes, thinking about what other civilizations were around at that time, who might the Indus River Valley people have traded with, and then compare their predictions to the actual trade route map. The second item in my box is a brick, and the brick serves to represent the well-engineered cities that the people of the Indus River Valley Civilization had. They built their cities and structures on elevated land to protect from flooding from the Indus River. Each home was uniform in size and had its own bathing area and access to the neighborhood well. Homes were situated very orderly on brick streets, which were designed to be in parallel lines and have sharp right angles. And the cities and neighborhoods themselves were protected by high brick walls to protect them from potential invaders. An idea for a teaching activity using the brick artifact would be to ask students to design their own cities. They should draw these out on a map to scale. This would incorporate some of the math standards, asking students to plan out their city using mathematic concepts in mind. The third item in my box, as silly as it may be, is a roll of toilet paper. The roll of toilet paper serves to represent the very sophisticated sewage and drainage systems that the people of the Indus River Valley had. At this time, they were very well advanced in this area, and this was the first of its kind to be seen at this time. They built sophisticated irrigation canals, which allowed the dirty and used water to exit the city and brought fresh, clean water into the city. Everyone had access to this system regardless of class. Each home had its own bathhouse and connection to the neighborhood wells. Hygiene was very important to the Indus River Valley people, and evidence was found that they also used things like soap and combs. A potential teaching idea for the toilet paper artifact would be to ask students to investigate how civilizations are impacted by the quality of water and access to fresh water. As we know, this is still a current problem for many civilizations in our world today. Why are certain countries and civilizations lacking in this resource, and how does it impact the people? The fourth artifact in my box is simply a question mark. This serves to represent the unknown end to the Indus River Valley civilization. We know that the civilization began to dissolve around 1500 BC, but it is still greatly debated as to why. We don't exactly know what the cause was. There are three main theories. One is that the environment caused the civilization to dissolve, meaning that there was either a prolonged drought, or some believe tectonic plates shifting caused an earthquake, which ended the civilization. Others believe that the people themselves ruined their environment and caused their civilization to end by allowing their animals to overgraze and cutting down too many trees, which led to a lack of that resource and allowed floodwaters to enter the city. The third possibility is that the civilization was invaded by some sort of nomadic tribe, which took over the land in the city. A potential teaching activity for this artifact would be to ask students to investigate the three possible causes and choose the one they think was most likely, supporting their answer with evidence. My fifth and final artifact represents the Indus script. This is a tablet. And then we have a piece of pottery. These two items represent the Indus script, which was the very first script, the earliest script from the Indian subcontinent. It, to this day, remains undeciphered, and there are several reasons for that. One, there was no bilingual language found in order to use for comparison. Two, there was a great number of symbols, but there didn't seem to be any type of pattern in using them. The script was used on things like pottery, stone, jewelry, and tablets. The tablets served to keep track of trade and transaction while the Indus River Valley people were trading with other civilizations at this time. This helped them keep track of their transactions. Potential teaching activity ideas for this artifact would be to ask students to come up with their own type of script. They would need to provide evidence and an explanation for the symbols that they used and have some sort of pattern in mind. Another possible activity would be to bring in the economic standards, looking at how people keep track of income and spending, imports and exports. How do we keep track of these transactions today? And why is this important? This concludes my presentation of my Indus River Valley Civilization artifact box.